Nice.
Quick one.
All right.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, what a loser.
What's happening?
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Heaps. Absolutely heaps.
So much.
So much that it's worthy to do a podcast.
Yeah, I just don't know how we're going to fit it all in this short period of time that we have.
I know. We have so much to say because we have so much to think about.
Everything's changing all the time. All right.
You know what I can't stand? Just before you go, right? You know how it's a nice day?
Yeah.
I can't. It's annoying when it's a nice day. And so the government and the news are like, oh, it's a nice day, so we're worried that people are going to go out. Why does a nice day mean you have to go out? Stay home.
Yeah.
Like, are you a baby?
Yeah.
It's a nice day. There'll be fucking more nice days. Shut the fuck up. Stay home, you fucking losers.
It's not the last nice day that will ever happen.
If it was literally like the last day and tomorrow's going to end, all right, go out, go mad, kick a dog. But if it's like, there'll be more, just shut up. You're like 31. There'll be another good day. Oh, I've got to go to the botanical gardens. You don't. Stay home, you fat fucking loser. There's no need to sook and go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been mowing the lawn and I was listening to a documentary podcast on like Russia and how their history is just fucking bananas. And I'm like, they had it that bad, some people, and yet we're like, oh, I can't handle this anymore. I can't take it anymore. Fucking shut up and watch Netflix. Come on.
I know. Who genuinely is being like, I can't handle it anymore and actually means it? You know what I mean?
Listen, I understand if you are single. Like if you're single and you live on your own and you can't go to work at the moment, maybe I understand because you could maybe not see anybody for a while. So, solitude or whatever. But fuck, most cunts, it's like, I can't handle this. Is the worst year ever. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
I know.
You just watched 1917, didn't you?
I did,
I think that year was a little worse. They had the Spanish flu and fucking World War One.
If you are thinking that being bored is the worst thing ever, you are very lucky. Like, stop being so privileged and sooking. Yeah, it's boring. Sweet. But, like, what's worse? Fucking sitting at home being bored watching telly and being like, oh, I have to watch another TV show. Or, actually having coronavirus.
Yeah, or it's like, I'm bored. Are ya? Do you know how to speak Mandarin? No. There you go.
Yeah.
Fucking learn that.
To do. Yeah.
Learn Mandarin first and then complain.
I know.
It does suck, definitely. And, fuck China for this, but it's not,
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I know.
You can still run and go to the shops and you're not dead and you're not getting shipped off to Normandy. So shut the fuck up.
I know. Yep. Yeah, it's a drainer.
I went to the shops today real quick and someone had spray painted on the wall 100%, what was it? It was something like 100% chance of survival. Why are we locked down? Spray painted on the wall.
Oh my God. People are so fucking stupid. People are so fucking stupid.
Yeah. I'm all for conspiracies, but I've hated these ones from the start. Why are they locking us down? Why are they locking us down? Because there's a pandemic, you fucking spastic.
Yeah,
what other reason?
For a second. Think for one fucking second. Put what you want to do aside. I heard some people saying this. No one I know's got it, so it's fucking bullshit. Like, do you know everyone in fucking Melbourne?
Or do you know anybody in America or Russia?
Oh God.
Yeah, mental. It's good today. The cases were like 97 or something. That's good. Dictator Dan's doing a good job.
Yeah.
I love throwing little fishing lines out to people and being like, Dictator Dan. Oh, he's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. Shut up. Fucking who cares?
Who actually gives a shit?
I know. People are that passionate about... Actually, that's just a good point that I've been thinking about for a while. And I'm going to attack you also in this.
Okay.
Like, what was it like? I don't know much because I'm an idiot, but was it Nietzsche who said God is dead? I think.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it meaning, I don't know. I think the meaning is that if you kill God and don't do that anymore, that hole is going to be filled with something worse.
Right.
Yeah, like your God hole. The Carl Pilkington said there's worry hole. There is also the God hole.
The religion hole, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that people who have like abandoned religion and not filled it up with like sport or music or video games have got nothing. So they're filling it with politics.
Oh, yeah.
Like, politics. It's the most important thing.
Politics is so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Like, people it's a very big thing, especially at the moment, for people to think that they know what they're talking about when it comes to politics. It's so strange. Like, people stay out of other fields. People stay out of like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of some random example, like some scientific field, like biology of fucking animals. People don't talk about that.
Yeah, so if something's specialised like a science, you won't comment on it because you don't know anything about it. Whereas politics, everybody says everything about it.
Yeah, just because everyone else is saying something about it.
Yeah. I think it's also got to do with like Trump. And I remember saying this years ago when Trump won, I was like, this is not good, but it is good because it will now make people interested and wake people up to the bad shit that presidents do, because now instead of handsome Obama blowing up like poor people but then dancing on Alan, so it's all right, whereas Trump is ugly and he does ugly shit. But I was wrong because now too many people talk and it's annoying.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying. It's fucking annoying. But it's
I know.
No one gave a shit. No one gave a shit about our politicians for years, up until now. Now people think they know about our politicians like they've actually done research. When I haven't done research, I say I haven't done research.
I don't. I'll just comment without much backing. That's what I like to do.
Yeah, but also like, no, you do. You say, now I don't know shit about shit, but, and then you'll say it. Sometimes to other people that maybe you want to stir up, you don't say shit. But
that's what it gets annoys me when I have some arguments with some people. They get so passionate that I'm like, let's say you win this argument that me and you are having. You haven't impacted the world at all.
No, absolutely
no one's hurt. It's only me and you. So who are you performing for? No one cares. I don't care. Congratulations.
Yeah. Your friendship circle on Facebook also don't give a shit as much as you don't, unless you're commenting. Like, they don't care. They don't care until it's like, oh, this is something that I have to fucking talk about. All right, I'm typing. All right, I've said it. I matter. No, you don't. Yeah. You don't matter. You don't fucking matter. And I think people think way more than it actually is true that speaking up matters. I think to an extent it matters, but not to the extent that people think. Because all they're doing is just reinforcing fucking shit biases of people that haven't done any research and hear some conspiracy theory and go, that makes sense to my uneducated mind. I'm going to repurpose that in the wrong words.
Yeah. It's also a way to simplify something for you. Like, people love making complex shit just simple. One that comes to mind. Yeah. Like, one that comes to mind is like, the wage gap, like women are paid less than men as a whole. And so they're like, well, that's because of sexism. It's like, wow.
Way more complex.
One of probably 400 reasons, maybe. It's 100 reasons why. I was going to say something else, I can't remember. Yeah, the religion hole. I think I've said it a billion times that a lot of the most PC psycho people I know come from pretty religious backgrounds.
Yeah.
And now they've abandoned religion and just filled it with like social justice.
Yeah, that's funny because
and now
in religion, you're encouraged to like speak up.
They're still being.
Yeah,
but they're still doing the same thing. They're still being virtuous. Like we're virtuous. We're on the side of right. We hate fascism. Therefore, we're right. It's like it's the same with Christians. It's like, well, we believe in God, so therefore we're right. Like,
yeah, but you're also taught to like evangelize. You're also taught to try and bring other people into your religion. Like that is a part of, preaching the word of God or whatever is part of going to church and all that sort of stuff. It's like, make sure you talk about it. Make sure other people know that you're, doing the good thing that God wants you to do.
And guilting them into it too.
Yeah, but then if they don't believe in it anymore, they're like, oh, this kind of doesn't make sense. Then they think that speaking about other shit that they don't fucking know about is also important to evangelize politics, for example. It's like, well, shut up because you don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Yeah, and that's why I think the most strongly atheist people are technically some of the most religious people.
Religious to a sense of having a belief.
Yeah. I mean, but it's the same as you. Like I've been thinking about this for a while. You filled your religion hole from day one with music.
Mm.
Like you used to get so fucking upset if someone said no FX. If someone said no FX, Stu would cry and be like,
that's how you say it.
I mean, NOFX. If someone said, hey, Stu, I mean, we used to do it. Stu, NOFX.
No, it was more that I would annoyed that you were actually making a point of fucking saying it to me. I'd be like, shut up. Just shut up.
Oh, you would get... Anyway, I'm exaggerating. But you know what I mean? It's like you filled your religion hole with music. Like if you... Even last time we did the shit podcast, you were like... I said something like, what makes that band good? And you're like, oh, I can't tell you. You just know. It's like, yeah, that's the same as people who go, oh, God, no, I just know he's there.
Maybe that was because I didn't know how to explain myself back then, though.
2 weeks ago.
What are you talking about?
I said 2 weeks ago on the shit podcast, you said about local bands that you'd go see.
Oh, when you're at a gig.
You can tell a good one. Yeah,
right,
I can tell a good one. I'm like, oh, what, based on the way they, whatever. And you're like, oh, it's hard to say, but you can just tell. And I believe you. I understand.
Yeah, that's probably just because I couldn't be fucked going into actual depth about explaining to you fucking pleb about what's good about seeing a good band.
Yeah, set pleb, religious hierarchy, virtueness, rank. People are just
all the wrong words.
People have just filled up their religion hole with fucking psychoness, and that's why I was glad when people are like, "Oh, who cares if the AFL's on?" It means a lot to a lot of people. You want all these bogan men to beat the piss out their wives because the footy's not on? Just put the fucking footy on.
Yeah. Do you know, it's like, what are these people instead going to talk about when there's no sport? They're probably going to jump on sport. And they're going to jump on the politics bandwagon, add more fucking noise to that already fucking noisy area.
And that's going around in circles. And that's why I'm happy to admit I was wrong when I was like, I hope this will wake people up to the bad shit politicians do. But people can't, it's too much for people to just get back to The Bachelor. Thank God for The Bachelor. Watch The Bachelor.
I think people, I don't know what it is, but I think people are a little bit scared to delve into learning and researching shit. Some people, it's boring. Yeah, but if you actually like what you're reading about, it probably isn't boring. People probably think that it's boring because they remember school and researching and shit like that. But it's like, if you like something, that's what's good about podcasts. That's what's good about documentaries. Yeah.
Like I was saying, mowing the lawn. I listened to a 2-hour podcast on the history of Russia. I wouldn't read that. Come on, reading's for bitches, man.
I didn't mean reading. I didn't necessarily mean reading. I just think going deep into something and actually taking time out of what you would normally do, which is easy. Like learning something in depth is hard because you actually have to put a lot of energy and mental energy into it and shit like that. People don't want to do things that are hard. They don't want to challenge themselves. They want things to be easy, right? That's why people sit and watch The Bachelor and shit. Not that there's nothing wrong with it. I don't like watching those shows. They annoy me, but I understand why people do. And it's like, I understand why that's easy for some people because it's entertaining and all that sort of stuff. But learning about something, whatever it is, learning a language, like you said before, or fucking learning an instrument or studying something and having actual knowledge about it, it's not an easy thing to do. I think just people just like to take the easy way out.
Yeah, and I do that. My whole life is taking the easy way out. So, I mean, I've lived by a couple of famous words. Just can't someone else do it? I'm not doing shit.
Yeah.
Like I said last week, I skim read. Oh, did you hear about the new rules of China? Yeah, I read the first 3 pages. I've paid words.
So when it comes to like exercise, because you like doing boxing and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, well, at the moment, I'm fat as fuck now.
Yeah.
Thanks to Dictator Dan and China. What
do you like about, is it more of a social thing that you like doing that with Frank and Shorty and that, or what?
Yeah, I would say it's 70% social. Because I haven't seen any.
It's not easy.
No, it's not easy, but it is fun still.
Yeah,
it's not.
It is fun.
I'm not there going, like when I'm fucking exhausted, I'm like hanging for it to end.
Yeah.
But I'm not there going, God, this is shit.
I know, because if it was, you would be like, I'm not doing this anymore. Even if it was really beneficial. Like if something's really beneficial for you and you're like, this is actually really good for me, but it's so fucking hard that I hate it, you won't do it.
No.
Like 80, 90% of people probably won't do something. They have to have some sort of enjoyment out of it.
Yeah. But learning is enjoying. Like people who are learning new shit, like they enjoy.
I agree.
Enjoy that. Yeah.
That's what I agree. And seeing results of your learning, that's probably where some people can't see the results of their learning if they're not talking about it regularly or actually performing or whatever. Yeah.
And same as gardening. I just planted a whole bunch of new things today in the garden. And it's enjoyable when they come up and shit.
Yeah.
So whatever comes, same shit. Look, but so I think my point is that I think you're the most religious person that I actually know.
About music.
No, full stop. Stu Watts, most religious person I know.
I think I am gradually becoming, I'm transitioning. I'm becoming trans grandpa. I am identifying as a grandpa. I bought new slippers.
That's good.
The backless ones. And
they actually pissed me off.
Yeah. And I have, because I had Ugg boots and they were shit. They were like $10 ones from Target and they fell apart within a year. So
I bought grass Ugg boots from the Preston market, but they fucking stink.
They do stink. They do.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is I also got these other trackies. You know the trackies that don't have the band at the bottom? So they're just like, there's no form. They're just loose. They're like grandpa trackies.
Yeah.
And, they're comfy as fuck.
Maybe you should go outside sometimes.
I've thought about it.
Guess something.
I took the dog to the park today.
Oh, that's well done. Speaking of grandpa, it's a movie that I haven't seen for a while, but have you seen American Beauty?
Yes.
With Kevin the Raper, what's his name?
Yeah, Kevin Spacey.
Dick Grabber. I haven't seen that movie for ages, but I'm actually turning into him from that movie. When it comes, because I can't go on Twitter anymore, and
you're going to cheat on Jules as well.
I haven't seen the movie in years. No, I'm not. My point is, it's just being a creepy old man because I'm on Instagram with Bear, and I rarely post on it. But I've seen on Instagram in the bottom, there's a little magnifying glass that you can click on. I clicked on it. It's just full of videos of like, I don't know, her name's like Charlie D'Amelio or something.
You must have searched her at one stage.
I don't think I did, but whatever. It comes up just with her dancing. It's all of my search thing. Her dancing. Her TikTok videos, and I was just like stuck watching them for like 15 minutes the other day. I was like mesmerized. I'm like, this. And I'm like,
it's going to keep feeding them to you now.
yeah. And I'm like, well, I don't go on Instagram. I think it's fucking pathetic. But it's like, it's like I couldn't stop. It was literally like a bag of chips. Like I'm just watching this young girl. I don't know how old she is. I'm fucking nervous. It's like, and she's doing these shit TikTok dances. And I'm like, this is fucked. How narcissistic. I'm going to look at the next one. There's nothing. It's vapid void of nothing. But I couldn't stop watching this fucking loser. And then it just, all these other chicks with these ugly as nails and fucked fucking faces. They all wear trackies like up to their stomachs so that their ass looks like you've got a massive wedgie. and they do these lame ass dances to songs. And I'm like, this is the most vapid void of narcissistic dog shit I've ever seen. But I'm just going to check if there's another one to look at. And I'm like,
what do you think what did you get out of it?
Like nothing. I don't know. It was just,
you had to have got something.
I literally didn't. It's like the colours. I don't know. It's like triggering something in my brain where I'm like,
see, my TikTok is because we like watching animals. It's just animals. Now it's just dogs and birds talking. And
this isn't TikTok. This is Instagram.
No, it's the same shit though. They've introduced that Reels thing, which is a rip-off of TikTok.
Yeah,
that is what my TikTok is just dogs doing cool shit and birds talking, and that's it. And sometimes people hurting themselves, which is also funny.
But it's just a bit sad and weird that it's like this TikTok video of this good-looking girl who's like,
you know, they didn't
got like 1 billion subscribers. It's like, I mean, come on, this is just
they didn't.
Shit.
The funny thing is, at the start, they didn't know. They just did it because it was like, oh, I can do a short video with music. Let's dance. And then it's like they got famous.
It wasn't planned. Yeah, I'm not saying it was planned.
I know, but then
it's triggered something in brains.
Once they get successful on it, though, then they're like,
China
okay,
comes in.
They can get heaps of money of it.
I mean, it's all China. China are spying on everybody with this dog shit thing anyway. Yeah, so, and I was telling Julia, and she wasn't very happy because I was like, I think I'm turning into Kevin Spacey from that movie. She's like, oh, fuck, that's it. Delete it off your phone.
Yeah. Yeah, look, fuck. It's that. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe it really is what you want to see.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, it's the same as someone doing, I don't know, heroin. It's like, do they want to? I don't know. Kind of, they're doing it. Is it the same thing? It's just colourful shit. It's just colours. I don't know. It's like Fortnite. Like Fortnite, you play it, it's shit, but it's just like bright colours. And I'm playing this game at the moment called Fall Guys, which is it's a cool game. And you play it with friends, so it's all right. But it's just these bright colours. They just trigger your brain and trick you into thinking that you're enjoying it. But, yeah, I don't know. I think they've been able to turn the Big Mac into, like, eye things.
Yeah, yep.
Something weird, man. Something's going on here.
Yeah. It's the assault on the senses thing. It's like if they can figure out, eventually when they can figure out how to give you tastes through a phone or through a video game or something like that, they've won. They've won then, because that's everything. Vision, hearing.
That's it. See, you've gone quiet.
It's the worst dancing ever, isn't it? It is the worst. That's not dancing even. I don't know if you can call that dancing. That's just void. Moving.
It's void of anything, but it's...
She's like this though. She's like...
Yeah. It's fast. It's fast.
I like that it got you though.
I know. It's weird.
That's enjoyable to me that it got you.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah. Bloody... I forget what I was going to say. Can't remember.
That's right.
But no, once they figure out vision, or audio, scent, taste. What's the other one? So,
touch.
What is it? Touch. So touch is obviously vibration through the controller. Vision and audio, obvious. And then
talk about that game Fall Guys, yeah.
Anything, any video game. Once they figure out how they can send smell and taste to you through a video game and how they can monopolize that, then they've won.
Video games are different because at least you're achieving something. Like at least you're. I mean,
I didn't say they weren't, but
skill.
It's saying like that will be the end. Like you can't top that. Once you get all of
or
those,
you could just have a real life. Like real life pretty much tops that because you can
it does
do all those things in real life.
But you can't fly in real life. Like
that's not a fucking sense, is it, you goose?
No,
you're talking about the five senses.
I'm talking about the games though. Games are, in Fortnite, you're flying around, you're fucking shooting shit. You can't do that in real life. That's why video games exist.
Yeah,
shit that you can't do in real life. So
sometimes because The Sims was one of the most successful games of all time. That's literally just living a life.
Yeah, but you can't trap someone in a corner and kill them by them pissing and shitting themselves to death.
Well, men have done that to a few people throughout history.
True.
And women.
True.
So you definitely can.
Good point.
Yeah, no. So I'm playing this game Fall Guys, which is it's free on PlayStation 4, and I've been playing it with a couple of mates. We got drunk last Saturday and played it. It was good. All it is a race. You just run, and you first to the finish line wins, and it's very colourful and
so
silly.
Basic.
I know, but it is. No, well, it was free, and it is basic, but that's the thing. It's good. Like, it is good.
Yeah. See, I never played any online games ever.
Oh, I'm all about COD at the moment.
Because I can't. Yeah, Trav's playing it as well. I can't. I'm shit at it. Even Pat said he's jumped on Call of Duty, and he's like, I'm terrible at it. He's like, everyone. 4? I think so, yeah.
Oh, Pat, add me your dog.
Yeah. He's like everyone's just constantly swearing at me.
Yeah, you don't have the speakers on. Me and Doc play together, so we can only hear each other. But then sometimes I'll put the team chat on and just fucking give someone a serve. And I'm gonna be like, you can beep, but beep all the bad words I say. Beep the bad words I say, Stu. But you jump on. Nah, do it.
No.
But you jump on. I'll beat it myself then. You jump on. I love it. It's like it just sends me back to high school. You jump on. Oh, you I fucking bitch.
Go on, let it go. Go for it, mate.
Be polite.
I'll beep you.
Huh?
I'll beep you. Go.
You jump on and they go, yeah, nice game, you fucking douchebag, cunt.
No beeping. I'm not going to beep.
Oh, you better. I'll sue you.
You agreed. Before we started recording, you said don't beep anything out.
I'll kill you and your family. Yeah, so Call of Duty is a lot of fun. It gets me so frustrated. I'll play it and I'll be playing it and then I'll just get killed. And I'll get killed fairly, absolutely fairly. He got me. I didn't see him there. Oh, fucking bullshit. Fuck this. Fucking bullshit. Yeah. And then Julia's like, shut up.
So is it worth it?
You saying shut up is going to make this 100 times worse.
Is it worth it?
Fucking oath. I can't wait to finish this and go play again. It's fun. Yeah, it is worth it.
I got sick of being shit at that and getting frustrated with it. So I only play games that are easy to play.
That's, lame. That's all right. That's okay. So tell me, I don't know nothing about it. Tell me all about the NBA.
Well, Deb said something about the Lakers and who's the other LA team? The Clippers.
I think.
That they went on strike about it was either...
My understanding.
Yeah.
My understanding is, I think in Wisconsin, a black guy was
I've seen the video.
He was resisting arrest. He was going towards his car. He got to get something from his car, and the cops shot him in the back 7 times.
Yeah, I've seen it.
He wasn't listening to cops. The cops obviously went overboard, like always in America, and especially when the guy's black. And he's not dead, but he's paralyzed.
Yeah. They fucked him up. It was ridiculous. It was too much.
It's like...
They must be... like the fear factor has to be overwhelming every other sense, even all of their training.
For the cop?
Shit.
Are you talking for the cop? Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. When people say defund the police in America, I think people with a quarter of a brain, when they say that, they're meaning train these motherfuckers, like train them properly so that they can deal with these situations.
Which actually requires more funding, you idiots.
Maybe, exactly, or reallocation of funds. Like, I mean, some police departments have a goddamn bazooka. It's like, all right, let's get rid of the bazooka. Yeah. Let's cut the bazooka costs and put it into
Don't
training.
make that an option. Let's get rid of that as an option.
I mean, like, cops
You're not in fucking Afghanistan shooting cunts across the other side of the desert.
Yeah, like the military, by all means, the military got to have everything. Yeah. But it's like cops on a street, they should not have a bazooka budget or a tank budget. The fuck are you doing with that? So I think when some people say defund, they might mean like, let's reallocate so that they have better training and maybe we can weed out the guys who have been cops too long, perhaps, and are now shooting guys in the back 7 times when it was fucking clearly unnecessary.
Yeah.
But that's something that I can't talk about because we don't live in America. We're not black. We're not cops. We don't live with guns everywhere.
Correct. So what I wanted to point out about the NBA is that the 2 LA teams...
getting back to that.
Yeah. Well, they're now saying we're not playing anymore. Go on.
They're playing.
But didn't they say something like that? They said we're withdrawing from the competition.
My understanding is, and I'm very shitty, so I think if like Sheehy was to listen to this or something, or my cousin, they would be like, you cunts are fucking dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
It's like really easy to look up. I think there was a team first that pulled the pin.
Yeah.
And said, we're not playing this game.
Right.
And then King LeBron, because LeBron is the king of the NBA. And then LeBron is like, well, fuck that noise. If anybody stops doing shit, it's because I say so, because I'm king and you all do what I say. No one, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
Let's say in the AFL,
don't worry. I know what you mean.
Melbourne go, we're gonna forfeit this year. And then like Collingwood are like, hey, cunt. You follow us.
Yeah.
So then I think LeBron was like, I make the decision. Then all the NBA teams came and was like, we're all going to strike. We're all going to strike because they're all like, and this is where I'm like, roll my eyes because they're like, we were all devastated by that footage. And it's like, are you devastated or are you just lying? I don't know. Maybe
I think there's something. There has to be because it has to hit home, right? We're not them, so we're not in their position. But the understanding is, it's like, how long can this go on? It's like we've been putting up with this shit for fucking ever, right? You know, they're still second-class citizens, so it's like that's how they'd feel like they're losing a family member in a way because it's like this could be.
But who's? Yeah, I know, but that's where it's like, who's they? Because
black people,
like, yeah, I know, but there's levels because, like, LeBron is.
Trust me, if you've grown up there and you've had to put up with that shit,
in the world.
Yeah, if you've had to put up with that shit for your whole life, you know, people, you know, crossing the road so that they don't have to walk past you and shit like that because they're scared of you for no reason. And you have to put up with that for your whole life. And then the cops kill someone seemingly over the top or do something over the top. You must have to be like, this is fucked. Like, why? Like, because when it's that simple, then you're like, it could happen to anyone.
Yeah, I'm not saying it wasn't over the top, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't. That America's just, people like the simplistic answer. So when it comes to America, my simplistic answer is they're just fucked and fuck America.
Yeah.
But Sam Harris did a really good podcast on this, which was really, really good. And like the stats of police brutality is just dropping every year.
Okay.
Like it's getting better every year. And I think it was in his podcast, he was saying there's a 1 in 10,000 chance that you'll be killed by a cop during like the number of arrests per year per the number of deaths by cop. It's like 1 in 10,000. So yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. back to that stuff's too complicated.
Yeah.
It's too complicated. Don't
Yeah.
worry about that.
No.
Let's stop NBA. Fuck the NBA.
No, because my point, like, if there was this thing of like we're pulling out, it's like I just do not understand how that's helping. Like, what is you making a stand? What is that actually? Okay, you're taking money away from the NBA, which fund you. Like, what?
Well, that's what happened
I just don't get it.
But that's what my understanding is. That's what happened. Today, like 2 days ago, the NBA stopped. The players are on strike now because of this police brutality again. Then a day later, all the players are like, oh, no, we're back playing.
Yeah.
So the understanding is that the players went on strike and then they got told, if you can't go on strike, you know you're not getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. We're back on. We're back.
Yeah.
And that's why people get a little bit annoyed at LeBron when he's like, earlier on this year or late last year, I can't remember, when the NBA had to apologize to China because one of the coaches said he stood with Hong Kong or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then LeBron's just like, oh, you stop bagging China, you're not educated on the situation. It's like, just hold on. You say like Black Lives Matter, which of course you believe, definitely. But then you're happy to support China, who has a certain group of their community in concentration camps. So it's like,
I know.
Whoever pays the bills can't. We know that. So don't be God. Even though I love King James. King LeBron, I love him. He's the fucking Lord.
Yeah.
But you like watching the NBA?
I did. I was watching it quite a lot at one stage, but then it's too much to keep up with because there's games all the time. Unless you're religiously watching it and keeping up with the news, it's so hard to be like on top of it. It's like as soon as you miss like a week, you're like, okay, fuck, I don't know what's happened now. There's been 40 games. You know what I mean?
Give me a second. I'm going to be up.
Yeah, I just can't be bothered. I like it.
Watch the
I really do enjoy watching the games. I do. It's just too much to keep up with. I enjoy
watching Game 7. Game 7 of the finals,
yeah.
I'll watch Game 7. But I don't give a fuck about the NBA. If it's on, I think for a little while, it might have been on SBS a little while ago or something. I think SBS was showing it or Channel 2 was showing it. I was like, oh, fuck, the NBA's on.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't care. It's a bit, I like basketball. I played basketball. I like playing it still, but yeah, I don't really give a fuck about it.
I do. I like it.
The NBA is like the biggest sport in Australia except for the AFL. I reckon more people watch the NBA. More people watch the NBA than they do like the NRL and shit, I reckon.
Then NRL, yeah. Maybe not in like New South Wales and Queensland.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck? They're
totally. But also like, I feel like there's an even spread between NBA and maybe soccer.
Yeah, EPL's big in Australia.
Yeah. The other thing, it's like, I've always had this thing with sport where it's like, it's the same game over and over and over again. That's my problem why I can't support people.
Yeah, but
I'm just like, what makes you so much better what makes you so much different? Like, yeah, you've got good players and stuff, and it's like, but you're just a fucking group of people running around trying to get a ball in a hole. It's like, I get it.
That's very simplistic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but it's the same game over and over and over again. It's like, it's my thing with sport.
Not, though.
It is, though.
It's not. It's like the same as saying that all rock music is the same. It's all played on the same scale.
Well, some would argue that all pop music is the same.
It is. No, it is. It's like
but this is why some people...
E minor, C and G. But there is an infinity amount of ways to use those four chords.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah.
I am really bored with AFL. I've been bored with AFL for years.
But you still like watching it?
Not really. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that.
Oh, I don't have a point. I just want to say that I don't care.
Yeah, but it is different. Every game is different. Every game can be exciting.
I get it.
UFC, it's the same as for MMA. It's like, it's only two guys fighting every time. Come. There's an infinity amount of ways this
outcomes. Yeah, totally. I know. I get it. I'm just that is where the whole like I can't be bothered putting so much like care and effort into caring about a sport this much.
It's fine for it not to interest you. It's perfectly fine for it not to interest you.
But I'm just trying to explain where the thing about sport that I don't care for enough, because it's like, yeah, at the end of the day, it's just fucking a game, whatever.
Yeah, I get that. I understand.
Yeah, I know people will get it.
But with
people that like sports won't get it.
Sports. Yeah, I think I said this a billion times as well. It's the same when someone said to me, "Oh, sport is just a distraction."
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And it's a good distraction. Would you rather them get guns and talk about politics?
I know.
It's a better distraction.
Would you rather it be Iraq, where every fucking idiot and their dog has a gun?
Why'd you say Iraq?
Because you know how they're like shooting the sky and stuff.
Oh, you're lucky our Iraq demographic is fucking zero. Yeah, but so then my understanding is that the basketball players then got told that if you don't play, you're not getting paid. And then they're like, oh, fuck that. No, we're playing.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a half-assed little strike.
But from the start, when that first idea comes into their head of like, we need to do this so that people know that we're against it, it's like, what are you doing that is helping? Nothing.
I think it would help. If they had the balls to see the strike out, it would have done something. But it's all about them taking the next step. Yeah. It's like, all right, you're striking. Great. Why don't you get some of that money? And especially in America, like where everything's got to be lobbied and paid for. It's like, why don't you just lobby? Like you've got, like LeBron, you're a fucking billionaire.
Yeah.
Take some of that money and lobby politicians to be like, because in America you just buy politicians.
Yeah.
Go buy a couple, and then fucking they'll do what you want.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I don't know, take the next step.
Yeah, people are too scared.
Puts millions into like fucking
charities and shit,
programs and stuff. I think he's a lord. But it's like, take the next step. Fucking put your money where your mouth is and fucking buy some politicians.
I know.
To do what you want.
That's good would it be?
It works.
Imagine there was like this clause in people's contracts for sports, like big APL stars, big NBA stars. If you're earning over a certain amount of money, some of your wage has to go into this, and this.
I don't agree with it.
It would be interesting.
Yeah, but it should apply then to every fucking rich cunt. Like, why just sports?
Yeah. No, I know. I'm just saying.
Because sports people are putting their, like, without being too hyperbolic, sports people are putting their lives on the line when they play sport.
It's true.
Like AFL, you get a knock in the head, die. Yeah.
If someone lands on your head,
Obviously, footy and basketball, maybe basketball,
back.
You probably won't die, but you can break your leg and your neck and your arm, and that's it, over. Mm-hmm. Especially like in America or whatever, it's like you break your leg, catch a cunt, you have no worth to me anymore. I don't.
Yeah.
Be gone from me, vile person.
Yeah. That's fair. I've been taking it easy as well as trying to do shit. You know what I mean? Because I think it's important while I'm in lockdown to not be a boring cunt and actually still do shit. I've had a couple of jobs, which is good. Like I haven't had no work, because if I had no work, I'd be feeling pretty shit, I reckon. I'd be like, this is fucked. But I have had jobs, which has been all right. But
it's like my mind goes to, it's like I'm wasting my time on earth, sort of.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I could just be dead. There'd be no difference.
Yeah, I know. Nah, I feel you. But it's important to me to still try and challenge myself, but it's been getting harder and fucking harder. It's been getting harder and harder. But so I've just been watching a few more movies and fucking TV shows and shit, which has been good.
You watched 1917?
I watched 1917.
I haven't seen it yet, right?
Yep.
I wanted to watch it at the movies, and then I heard it's not that good, so I was like, fuck, I missed it. But I've got Amazon Prime at the moment because Hughesy's got it.
Yeah.
And it's on there.
Yeah.
And the other day I was like, oh, I know Stu's been watching 1917. Maybe I'll watch it. I'm like, or I could rewatch all of Philly.
Yeah.
So I'm just rewatching
Still
all
a
of
good
Philly.
option. Great option.
It's just so good, and it's so relatable. And I just love it how I just watched the episode when they it's good. And it's weird. It's sort of the newer Philly episodes. When we watched them, we were like, they weren't that good. But you watch them again, they're actually fucking really good.
They're grouse.
Even me and you, I think we both didn't like the episode when they the snow episode when they went on the mountain.
Yeah, I didn't care that much about it.
Yeah,
it's still funny.
But I watched it again. I was like, nah, that was fucking good.
Yeah.
And the one that really was like, when I watched it the first time, I was like, I think they're trying too hard. But then I watched it again recently, probably twice, and I was like, nah, it was good. Is the episode where Mac and Dennis moved to the suburbs.
Oh, I love that episode.
Yeah,
I fucking love it. No, I loved that as soon as I saw that episode.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. Birds, you fat bitch! Oh, you fat bitch!
Hard enough for you? No. What does he say to the guy at the front?
Have you ever been in a fight, Wally? No, storm. Have you ever been in a storm, Wally? And I don't mean like a thunderstorm. I mean a storm of fists. And he's just taking his top off. Yeah. So I didn't watch 1917 because I've been watching Philly. What are your thoughts on 1917?
Nah, it's very much worth watching. Like if only for like the whole last third of the movie, which is a good thing. You hate it when a film ends poorly and starts strongly.
Yeah.
If a film starts slower and then has a fucking really good last third, you're like, that was sick.
Yeah.
This film kind of, it went up and down, but it's good. It's real good.
My understanding is that the story isn't that good, but
it doesn't matter.
The filmmaking was top of the line.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but I don't think there's a way that you could necessarily make it a good story.
You can't make World War I a good story.
No, what they were doing, because you can't add too much. It's only one night.
Yeah.
Only so you don't want too much shit to happen in fucking one night.
But that's what I'm not saying. This is 1917, but that was my problem with The Revenant, which I thought was shit.
Yeah,
and I think the people making the movie were geniuses, but I'm like, we filmed it in the cold, and he really ate a heart. All right, I've seen Jackass. I don't know. Cool. Yeah. Like, sweet.
People can do whatever they want. If they set their mind to it, they can do it.
Yeah, it's like, but they used natural light instead of artificial light to film shots. Sweet. Here's well done. Here's your award. Yeah. I don't give a fuck. The story was still boring and fucking simplistic and stupid.
I guess then it's like, what intention did you make with this? Like, what intention did you have in mind when making this movie? And if you've done what you set out to, then you're like, thing.
Yeah, exactly. And that was my problem then when, like, Leo, the world's shittest actor, then when he wins the Academy Award for that movie, he didn't even talk. He just looked uncomfortable.
He wasn't good in it.
He was the worst part of the movie. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, no, 1917's on the list. It's definitely on the list.
Yeah, and I've been watching others. I saw There Will Be Blood.
Fucking best movie.
How good is it?
I love that.
So good.
That movie is in the top 15 or 20.
That last scene, we're
going to spoil it, so if you haven't seen There Will Be Blood, you're a fucking loser.
The last scene when he gives old mate, he gives the priest a fucking, that's the best speech ever.
Yeah, I always get muddled up between There Will Be Blood and I think they came out at the same time, and No Country for Old Men.
Oh, way different movies.
No, way different, but I think they might have came out roughly the same time.
Yeah, 2007. I think you might be right. Yeah.
Because I always get them muddled up. When someone says There Will Be Blood, I'm like, oh yeah, I love that last bit with with
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
And they're like,
that's
he wasn't
No
in
Country.
It. I'm like, he was in it. He was in it. And they're like, no, he wasn't. I'm like, I meant fucking No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, No Country for Old Men's all right.
I prefer No. Which one do you prefer?
Oh, There Will Be Blood.
One.
There Will Be Blood for sure.
I don't know about that one.
There Will Be Blood is such a good story in the sense it's like,
why?
Well, because he embodies a terrible person, and I think the way that they've portrayed him embodying that, even
Doesn't
when
he embody capitalism,
even when he does, even when he loses everything, he still doesn't give a fuck, and he still like tears down what he can.
What loses?
It's impressive.
What? Sort of remind me.
Well, he loses his son. Remember his son?
He abandoned his son.
He abandoned him, and then his son came back and was like, "I love you, Dad. I still love you."
Yeah,
and he's like, "Fucking stop using this interpreter. Talk to me with your own words." And then he still tells the son to fuck off.
Yeah.
So he loses everything, and then he's just an alcoholic loser at the end with like, he's a millionaire, but he's got nothing to his name. Like he's got a big house, but nothing good.
Yeah, but is that not? But is he happy or sad with that?
I just think I think he's that morally fucked that nothing matters, and that's why it's a good portrayal of someone that's evil. Like that's evil human.
Mm-hmm. Because the story of Scrooge is obviously like, you know, a billion years old, and I'm even thinking of like The Godfather, like in the Godfather, but Godfather 3, he always, I mean, in the Godfather movies, he always justifies his actions of deceit and murder and criminal activities because it's for the good of his family. That was always his justification.
Yeah.
And then in the end, you haven't got any family.
Yeah.
The fuck was it for?
Yeah.
And he knows that. Yeah. Whereas in There Will Be Blood, I don't know if he's I don't know if he's angry. I don't know if he's depressed at the end.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I'd say it would be. I'd say it would be. But that to me, there's no real resolution apart from the fact that he was terrible from the start, and he didn't change whatsoever. And I like that because that's the thing with Scrooge. With Scrooge, it's like, let me show you why you're bad, and then at the end he's like, okay, I was bad. I realized.
Did he change? I'm not talking Scrooge. I'm not talking Scrooge. I'm talking There Will Be Blood, because it's.
No.
You think he didn't? Because usually for a good movie, you need the character to have started in one spot and then grow into another spot, usually. Yeah.
I think he went through a lot, and it probably caused him to be more of a cunt. But from the start, it probably ruined his morals even more, trying to chase the money.
How did it end?
Well, at the end, he's got no money, and then he's got all the money in the world, and then he kills the priest.
Yeah.
And then the butler comes and says, "Do you want me to clean that up for you?" And he's like, "See ya." That's how it ends. That's it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, I got to rewatch it.
The last speech that he gives the priest, because he makes the priest.
Does he call him a shit stain?
Yeah, he makes him say, "Oh, he's terrible to that kid."
Isn't he like yeah, but that priest is a slimy cunt too.
Yeah, true.
But isn't he like you're an afterbirth, Eli, slithering out of your mum's cunt, or something like that?
I don't think he swears like that, but yeah, he does. Yeah, it's fucking brutal. It's such a good speech.
I thought he did. Yeah, no, that's a top-of-the-line movie. The first time I watched that movie, it was me, Doc, and Husey were at my place watching it for the first time, and it was scenes like, remember in the first scene of that movie, the man falls down the well and hurts his leg, and we're watching it, and over the movie it's going, and a man falls down and breaks his leg, and he gets up and has to crawl through, and we're like, why the fuck is this movie narrating itself? This is fucking weird.
Yeah, the weird ESL
the deaf thing on.
Yeah.
So not only do deaf people annoy me because they ruin all the political speeches with their funny hand movements, but then they half ruin There Will Be Blood by having this there.
Why do you turn it off?
I didn't. I thought it was the movie. I thought this is weird that they've decided to put narration over.
And you left it the whole movie.
Nah, we stopped halfway. Halfway through, I was like, something's not right here. I think about the time the sun.
How did you not know?
I know. I thought it because I've never heard. This was like 2009. I was like, I didn't even know deaf people existed.
Still, man.
And I'm like, but I thought it was artsy. I thought this is a strange direction they've decided to go, telling you what you're seeing at the same time. No wonder it won Academy Awards. And then about the time the son got his head blown, his ears blown off, I was like, let me just check. I'm like, we've fucking watched the fucking deaf people at it again, trying to bloody muscle in on movies now. Not enough, they get their own little interpreter, and now they get this.
Yeah. That was good. I enjoyed that one. Yeah, I watched your movie because you had a note in from last week, Vast of Night, and you don't remember adding that note.
No, I did. And last podcast, I'm pretty sure I told you I watched a movie called Vast of Night and it was good. And then that was the end of the conversation.
Right. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Well,
so, yeah,
I watched it.
Vast of Night. It's on Amazon Prime. And if you've got Amazon Prime, go watch it because it's a dope movie.
Yeah. You reckon it was that good?
Yeah. Fucking
why? Tell me.
Well, I mean, this isn't important, but they made it on like $30. Like they made it on fucking a shoot.
It was his first movie ever, the director.
Yeah. Yeah. I just thought it was great. I thought it was, I love movies that the characters are not fucking idiots. That's number one. Number one, characters that aren't fucking morons, right?
Unless they're supposed to be.
What are we talking, in what sense should they be?
Well, there's some people that...
All right, a comedy.
No, there's some people that are used in films that are intentionally the idiot so that you can use them as a plot device or whatever.
Right, exactly. That's bullshit. A main character, unless it's a comedy, shouldn't be a fucking moron, and make poor decisions.
Wow.
Like I watched this guy review Jurassic World that came out a few years ago, which I thought was a dog shit movie.
Yeah.
And he sort of, I'm stealing his points, but it's like the characters are constantly making stupid decisions.
Oh, the worst.
Just so the plot continues.
Correct.
It's like, and you watch it and you go, but if they just didn't do that stupid thing, there wouldn't be a movie.
Correct.
And again, so you, as an example, using Jurassic World.
That's fair.
In Jurassic World, Chris Pratt goes to see the androgynous Rex, whatever the fucking stupid thing is called.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, he's turned off his own heat-seeking device in his body somehow. Oh, and he's scratched the walls, which means he's got out. So then they're looking around his enclosure with the door open, which means he could then get out. Yeah. It's like, why did you walk around with the door open?
Yeah.
And if you thought he was out, then why did you waste your time looking in the enclosure? You should have closed. But instead,
you know what's funny with that as well?
Mistakes make the movie go on.
But what's funny
Star
about
Wars
that?
Obviously was
hang on. What's funny about that as well?
No, you shut up.
Is that if he was that dumb and made those shit decisions in the movie, then surely he's made those shit decisions before the movie started.
So there could have been another movie.
Yeah, or or he would have died.
He'd be dead by now. Yeah, and that's my problem with most movies that are supposed to be. I don't mean taken seriously. I'm talking even at silly action movies. As long as the characters are not making dumb. Terminator 2. Everybody in that movie is constantly making decisions based on their.
Well, this is the Hitchcock thing. The Hitchcock thing is you should never have something happen in the movie that influences the story out of chance. It should always be
exactly.
It should always be a judgment on the character's behalf based on the situation that they're in, not a predictive one to make the story go a certain way.
Exactly, and that's a good one because that's what I'm thinking. Like with Sarah Connor, like it was a bad choice for Sarah Connor to go kill that guy who made Skynet. Like that's a bad decision, but you understand why she's made that decision. So anyway, Vast of Night. I just felt that it was brilliantly made. That fucking scene when that young girl was with that that old-timey fucking radio thing.
Yeah, yeah,
and she's constantly going back and forth. And I remember like watching it, like
the switchboard. She killed it. She did.
Oh, she was great.
She was great. Unreal.
Yeah, and that scene, like I remember we were watching it, and I'm like, this scene has gone for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, she
and
killed
she's
it.
doing that whole thing. Fucking great. And they're just reacting to the things they learn.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was fucking great. I said, seeing shit like that makes me happy. I love watching movies that are dialogue heavy, but where they're actually talking about something that's happening. And it's not like, oh, where we've got to go because we've got the knife. Oh, the knife. Look, we found it underneath a snake. Oh, we didn't even know we were supposed to be there. And now we're in quicksand. And now we're out of quicksand. And now we're over here and we look at the Death Star and we found the Death Star. The end of the movie. It was so good and quick. Wasn't it good?
Yeah.
No.
I
just like things where it's slower. And
see, this is funny to me. This is funny to me now because after we saw that last Star Wars movie, you were like, I liked it. And I was like, what? I don't understand. Did we see the same movie?
I did. I said this at the time as well. I liked, if that movie wasn't called Star Wars, if that movie was called generic shit space movie, that's good. Yeah.
Why? It goes against everything that you just said.
Because it's not to be taken seriously. It's not be taken.
Why?
I don't know. Because sometimes trash is made to watch trash. I don't like watching trash generally.
I know that you said that about it if it didn't have the name Star Wars, but the fact that it does should make it.
I thought it was crap. Yes, yeah. I thought it was crap. At the time, I didn't mind it. I thought they did the best they could with the dumpster fire of the series.
I wholly disagree with that still. Yeah, good.
Yeah, no, so do I. I think it's really bad.
Yeah, good.
I think it's really bad. And they just do the thing of like, look at all the shit we're doing. Look at all this. We're going here. Don't concentrate. Don't ask questions. Just move to fucking plot.
Hey, didn't we introduce this character? Don't worry about it. Yeah. We're here now.
But it's the same as the Game of Thrones thing, where it's like, I think they had the ending, so let's just cram all the fucking shit to get to the ending, and you can't do that.
No.
Anyway, I don't want to talk about dog shit. Vast of Night was very, very good. And how cool was that scene when they do through the whole town?
Yeah, that was really good. Yep.
What did you think of it?
If you look at all of the factors, the fact that it is his first movie,
that's pretty mental.
That's very impressive. That is very impressive. Off of a fuck all budget, it looked really good. It was a bit dark at times, which annoyed me. But yeah, the storyline was really good. The thing that I don't like in certain movies is when they do those sorts of special effects to make it more interesting, like how they kept making it go to a TV. It's like, why are you doing this?
Oh, yeah, no.
It's like unnecessary.
It is. I don't like that shit either. What that's meant to represent, only because I saw it on some, the director's talking about it or something, is that supposed to represent like you're watching the Twilight Zone?
I know, but why?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
But it's just meant to tell you that this isn't our world. You're watching a show.
Yeah, because it did this introduction at the start.
Okay.
At the start. So that makes me think that he has the intention of making more movies under the same umbrella.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, good. Really good. I saw reviews and they're all giving it 100. I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't think it was that good. I thought it was, I gave it like a 7. I thought it was a good movie. Really good story. Simple. I like simple stuff.
Same. I like simple stories where you're with characters doing something.
And like I said, I reckon that chick absolutely killed it. She was great.
I was getting a bit. My heart was just fucking coming out my chest.
Yeah.
In that first scene in the basketball court, where it's
Yeah.
just constant talking.
Yeah.
And that's you. It was a bit annoying, but that's usually annoying. Like, I don't know if you've seen. Did you ever see the Ghostbusters movie that came out in 2016? No. Me and Julia watched it once because we watched all these reviews about how dog shit it was. And then Julia's like, well, you've never seen it, so you can't come. I'm like, put it on and we'll see what happens. It was dog shit.
Yeah.
And in that movie, they're constantly talking. It's just like, talk. Just keep talking, and something funny will fall out of your mouth eventually.
What do they call it?
Shit?
No, they call that dialogue that tells you about the story rather than actually having action.
Well, I'll give you an example in that movie. It was, they told a joke. I can't remember.
Exposition. Exposition is the word.
It's not, in this case, it's not that.
Okay.
It's like someone tells a joke and it was a poo joke.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the worst joke in the world. But then they go, oh, get it? Because he's talking about poo. No, I know he's talking about poo. Do you understand he's talking about poo? Yeah, it's poo. It's gross. Yeah, poo's gross. Yeah. It's like, why did you shut the fuck up?
That's what The Simpsons was doing at one stage.
Yeah.
In the middle. They when it went to the first few seasons of it going to shit, they would explain all of their jokes. It's like, no, don't leave it unsaid. It's better when it's left unsaid.
Yeah, that explaining the joke thing can be funny if it's done like once a year.
And if it's done sarcastically. I think the way that they do it in those sorts of movies is it's like, let's try and make this actually funny. It's like, it can't be funny because you've already said the joke. Explaining the joke isn't funny unless you go, ha ha, that's it. You're a really funny guy. And then leave it. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Thought, pal, I got to piss. Give me a minute.
Oh my God. All right. So
I've had 4 beers and no food, so I'm going to say a whole bunch of racist shit soon.
Sick. So the other things that I've been watching are a few Hitchcock films, which has been enjoyed.
The last Hitchcock movie I watched, I reckon, was Psycho about 12 years ago.
Do you like Psycho?
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
So I watched ages ago. I watched Rear Window when I had my when I had my gallbladder out. I watched Rear Window.
Is that with the guy that ends up on the tower?
Nah, it's the guy who Simpsons ripped it off.
Does he end up in a tower or something?
Nah.
Pushes off?
Nah. It's all set in his room and he's looking out the window. It's the same. The Simpsons ripped it off, how Bart breaks his leg in the pool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hitchcock, Simpsons have done Hitchcock that much.
Yeah.
So much of, I remember when I was growing up, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, I would come across things and I'd be like classic shit.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, they copied The Simpsons. It was like, maybe. Or maybe this came out in 1947 and The Simpsons came out in 1988.
Yeah. So then this week I've watched Notorious, which I really enjoyed.
B.I.G. Biggie.
No. It's a Hitchcock movie.
Oh.
I've seen that.
You're talking about Biggie Smalls movie.
I have seen that movie. It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad.
Every single rap movie is not bad.
Yeah, I agree with
8
that.
8 Mile is really good.
8 Mile's good.
The 50 Cent movie was good.
It's not really though. It's enjoyable. It's entertaining.
Back in 2004.
But it's not as good as Notorious. Notorious is good. I really enjoy it. And the what's the NWA one as well? That one's good.
I never saw that one. That came out a few years ago.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, I never saw it.
But no, Notorious is a Hitchcock one. It's about it's a really good movie. It's about this guy who has to date this chick because she's the daughter of someone that's just been killed who is in with like the Nazi party or people from the Nazi party. So the American government's trying to infiltrate and get information and stuff. And and then he like gets real close with her and they fall for each other. But then he has to tell her to do this other thing, get in love with this other guy to try and get more in with the Nazi party and capture the criminals and stuff. It's real good. But and then another movie called Rope, which is it's the first one. It's the first movie where they did real long shots and just kept it all in the one place.
Oh.
So it's like there's heaps of long shots. I think that the whole movie is made up of only like 4 or 5 shots. So it's almost like a play. But basically these two guys murder their old classmate with a rope and they hide him in a chest, and then they have a party immediately after to prove to themselves that they committed the perfect murder and no one knows and this and that.
Right.
But there's, in both of the movies, Notorious and Rope, there's like a specific scene in both of them where they focus on the thing that you think, fuck, they're going to find out in a sec. And then it it just changes. But Hitchcock's real good at that. He was like, obviously everyone said he's the master of suspense. And he does that real well.
Well, there's a reason why, if you even ask a 14-year-old, Hitchcock, they're aware of who he is. His cultural impact has lasted a long time, even for people who haven't seen his shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, that, isn't it? It's like, well, I think like obviously
he was a character as well himself.
He was, and like obviously someone that's masterful. He would have to be one of the first masters of cinema, you'd think. I don't really know, but I've heard
Neither
that.
do I. But
probably boring everyone.
Cinema as we know it today,
Yeah.
A lot of people I'm sure were influenced by him.
Yeah.
The best movie I've seen, the best new movie I've seen in the last 10 years is probably still Hereditary.
Yeah, you love that. I thought it was good. Arrival's fucking awesome.
Who made that?
Villanueva.
Whatever
his name is. Fuck, you got to. It's so sick.
Yeah.
He's a sick filmmaker. He's making a new version of that film June, or that book June, Dune.
Oh yeah.
He's a sick director.
You know what movie I watched the other day? For the last time I saw it was at my my grandma's house when I was about, I don't know, 11. And I watched it again the other day for the first time. Did you ever see Mulholland Drive?
That's a weird movie. I've seen it ages ago.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Who made that? Fincher? Was it Fincher?
No. David. Oh, fuck.
Quick street Google.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
I always get Fincher confused with who directed this.
Yeah, it's fucking hell. David Lynch. Yeah.
David Lynch has this little short movie on Netflix where him and a monkey have dinner, or him and a monkey are stuck at a train station.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
It's good. I've watched it.
He's a weird guy.
Only goes for 8 minutes.
Have you ever watched Twin Peaks? I don't get that show. It's so weird.
Remember that's from The Simpsons where Homer goes, when Homer's watching Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
And he's watching the TV and it's a man slow dancing with a unicorn under a tree, and hanging off the tree is a like a red, yellow and green light, like a traffic light. Yeah. And they're dancing and Homer goes, magnificent. I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
That's exactly right. I don't understand a lot of his movies. I've seen...
No. You're not... Yeah,
I've seen Elephant Man. That's great.
I haven't seen it. Mulholland Drive is really, really good. And I didn't quite understand it. But then when I watched a couple of videos explaining what he was doing, then I was like, it does... If you get it explained,
that annoys me a bit.
See, it doesn't annoy me. What would annoy me is if they go, it was weird for the sake of weird.
Yeah.
No. Whereas at least this does have an answer. Well, it has an interpreted answer that makes sense.
Me saying it's hypocritical of me because exactly what I was talking about before, Villanueva or whatever, how you say it. He did a movie called Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal in it. And that movie's fucking awesome. And it's so confusing. You have no idea when it finishes. You're like, what the hell did that mean? And you have to figure out what it means. And I loved that. And I know it's the same thing with Lynch movies, but I just don't get them. I just think they're more weird than they potentially need to be. Maybe, I don't know. That's his vision, I guess. But whatever.
Yeah, but it's all about his movies and TV shows. They're always about dreams, dreams merging with reality, and which is real and which isn't real. And that sort of shit. But yeah, Mulholland Drive. It's a little bit of a 90s classic, I reckon.
It's made in 2001.
And it's exactly 90s movie. All the women look in the 90s. They all dress in the 90s. It's just still the 90s, that movie. And I don't mean 90s like fucking, when people think of the 90s, they think of like fluorescent clothing. I mean, no, it's like Friends. Like the movie just looked there. Everyone's looked like Friends. All the girls look like Friends. The TV show.
Yeah, nice. You been drinking water or what?
Yeah, so how fucked is our state? We've got Dictator Dan, who's in bed with China. We're locked in our homes, and now they're like, oh, and also don't drink the water. Where the fuck am I? Fucking communist bloody Russia. What's going on with our shit state where you can't go outside, you can't get water? I mean, fuck this shit.
So
I've got to wear a mask like some sort of fucking pirate. Like, I'm happy with that because being ugly, it's really good. When people see me, they see just like one eyebrow. And they don't know. Like, if I see someone down the road, she's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, she might think I look like fucking, Brad Pitt. Really, I look like a fucking monkey-shaved asshole. But other than that, she doesn't know. So it's win-win, really.
What was I going to say? So who's getting paid for this? The water companies, they've got a bloody monopoly on water now. Mount Franklin's making heaps of money. They're going to draw this out as long as they can.
Just boil your water, you fucking losers. Is your water? My water's not affected.
Mine is.
So you have to boil water for now.
Yeah, but we had heaps of water bottles already filled, which was good. But yeah,
I hate water. I don't drink it. I think it's shit. Really, I think we should get rid of water and you should replace water with lemonade. How sick would it be if you opened up a tap and just lemonade came out?
Well, that's like the cunts in America that drink nothing but fucking Mountain Dew and shit. Have you seen the Sugar film?
Nah.
It's good. It's good.
I love sugar. Fuck, sugar's bad for you. Can't shut the fuck up. Tastes good. Fucking hell. Why can't we have anything? Why can't we have anything? Everything. I love Macca's. Oh, if you eat it, you get fat. All right. I love smoking cigarettes. You'll die. What won't? What won't? What won't? So who gives a fuck? Who cares? They're going to do a study soon where they're like, too much.
Well, you've had a fucking go at me for eating fucking Subway before.
Yeah, it's bad for you. But that's... I don't know about that. All I'm saying is like, who cares? Every day they're like, oh, new study has proven that if you drink wine, you'll die. The next day, new study has proven that if you don't drink wine, you'll die. Cunt, shut the fuck up.
So do whatever you want at the end of the day.
Research. We should stop all research into everything. Everything should be cancelled from now on. Cancel culture science. No more science. No one wants to know. When a vaccine comes out for coronavirus, I'm not taking it. Fuck that shit. I would not be the first cunt on an aeroplane. I'm not letting Chinese dictator Dan infect me with some tracking device to keep track of me under the disguise of fucking coronavirus. Am I right? Exactly. No argument. Yeah. I'm not taking the vaccine. They can fuck right off on that one.
Really? Are you are you an anti-vaxxer?
No.
You sure sound like one.
Oh, definitely not. Oh, they're annoying. They're annoying.
Yeah.
We can't. Don't take vaccines. It's not natural. Do you know what also isn't natural? Indoor plumbing, cunt. Indoor plumbing is not natural. You'll fucking die if you drink shit water. You'll die. But we have plumbing, not natural.
Imagine if everyone like that actually believe that were anti-vaxxers and stuff.
Because it's not natural.
Yeah, but didn't do all that sort of stuff. Didn't live in. It's like, why are you living in a house? Why are you living?
I've told you this story before. Years ago, when I went to Europe with a friend of mine and his partner, she had just become vegetarian. And
Probably.
yeah, she had just become vegetarian, which is more than fine, but she was preaching about it. And it's like, all right, yesterday you weren't a vegetarian.
I know.
Today you
shits
are.
me.
And now you're going to preach. Okay, cool. And then she was preaching. And she got into a discussion with this guy we made friends with where she said we shouldn't eat cows. And he said, why? And she said, because we physically can't kill a cow, like with our bare hands. Like we can't, you know what I mean? Punch a cow or choke a cow or whatever. Yeah. And the guy had a perfect response. And he goes, no, but we have brains. Like, so we knew, I mean, they knew fucking 10,000 years ago, get a sharp stick, stab cow, dead, because we have brains.
Yep.
Nah, but if you can't physically do it, you should. And then I'm just like, all right, well, I'm like, where are we right now? We are from Australia. We're in Spain. We can't fly, but yet we're in Spain.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
You live in a house, like you live in a house that you can't build, that you have no idea how to build. You don't know how electricity works.
Yeah, exactly. Shut up.
You don't know how plumbing works or electricity works. And then you're going to be like, but eating cows is not natural. You have a plasterboard roof over your head and tiles and a guttering system that you don't know how it works. So shut up. By all means, be vegetarian. That's great. But it's like, don't say it's because we can't do it, because like we can.
Yes, correct.
Because we did.
Correct. Exactly right. What a shit argument. That's a first. That's a first.
Yeah. The funniest part.
I understand the arguments of like, you know, it takes 50 litres of water to kill a cow and all that. Like I get all of that sort of stuff.
But there's a cost to everything. Look at how much litres of water is used to make your fucking grains.
Yeah.
Like when people like only eat grains and dirt, it's like, all right, do you know how many like creatures and rodents and all sorts of little shit were killed for your farming land? And do you know how much water is used to build your shit little almonds that you're milking?
Yeah.
I mean, almonds ain't got no tits, and yet you're talking about almond milk. Just fucking drink milk.
All right, good. Got anything else?
Nah, just with a couple of things that I know you're not interested in.
Sick. Can't wait to talk about this.
You can mark me down now. Mark it down.
I don't know how
Trump will win in a fucking landslide.
Yeah.
Landslide. I think he might win like crushing. He might crush.
Yep. Yep.
I listened to his speech, like the Republicans do a convention and the Democrats do a convention. So like, stop yawning already.
It's legitimate
to announce who their nominee is going to be. And Trump's so funny. He's just like, look at America. Look how bad it's doing. I'm going to fix it. Because of Biden, I'm going to fix it. You're the president. he's like the first time it worked because he was running on, look what a mess, I'll fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
Then he's like, I'm going to fix the mess.
It's like,
that you caused?
Yeah. I did see a list. I did see a list of
a win in a landslide.
I did see a list of things that he's done, positive things that he's done since he's been in power. There's been like 20 or 30 things that he's passed that seem good surface level. I did absolutely no research. So
do you remember what they were?
No. Past bills of of good things. Yep. That's about as much as I remember. But there was some good stuff. And I was like, okay, if he has done that, which I don't know if he has because of someone's bullshit Facebook post, if he has done those things, then they're good. But there's also all of the shit that he has no idea on, which also backs up my claim of like, it's not my claim, but the idea of like, it's not one person. It's the whole fucking group that's there, you know, anyway, it's the party.
Trump's pathetic and he's a con man and he's a failed businessman and he's a loser. And compared to the Democrats, he's the better choice, which is just fucking sad.
Yeah. Sorry, America. That's sorry for that.
It's really sad. It's sad that their options are a senile 79-year-old guy
Or a senile 76-year-old guy or whatever.
And Trump, exactly. And Trump. It's like, fuck, that's
I
it.
know.
How depressing would it be to live in America like right now?
Yeah.
I couldn't think of
Oh, didn't you
many more.
also want to talk about that fucking economy thing?
Oh, not really, but yeah. There's me and Stu watched a video about YouTube is being threatened in Australia.
Yeah, it's the fact that they're going to give favor the news companies. So obviously Murdoch and the other one, they're going to give them rights to all of the Google answers, which will make it easier for the news companies to advertise. Essentially, that's the long and short of it in terms of condensed version. They're allowing them to have access to things which will make it more that no one else will get access to, which will mean it'll make it easier for them to advertise, which will mean that their propaganda will get in front of people's faces even easier than it is now on YouTube, which YouTube is like a place for everyone, right? So it's like you can put whatever you want on YouTube.
Kind of.
Well, kind of, to a degree. You used to be able to. But even still, we can talk this sort of shit on there and it's fine.
Oh, I love YouTube. I still love YouTube. YouTube cops a fuckload of shit. I was having an argument the other day with these douchebags that were like, they go, oh, do you only get your news from YouTube? Oh, wow, really good YouTube. I'm like, where do you get it from? The fucking scholars?
News Corps?
Yeah, it's like, at least we like. I watch a couple, like when it comes to like American politics, which I won't get into. I listen to Tim Pool, which is he's like a right-leaning guy. And then I listen to this other guy, Kyle Kalinske, who's left-leaning. And it's cool. They're talking about the same stories, but are completely fucking different points of view. And then it's cool because it's just like, oh, take a little bit of this, take a little bit of that. Yeah. And then I can form some sort of normal fucking thought. Whereas, Channel 9 and that, I can't remember the last time I've watched Channel 9 news.
And gathered relevant information.
Yeah. You know what's annoying? Do you watch ABC News?
Nah, I don't watch news at all, man. Fucking boring.
I've been watching a little bit of ABC while being at home. I watch ABC News in the morning. And then I'll sort of have it while I'm working. I'll sort of have it running on YouTube in the background, sort of just background noise a little bit. It's so funny. They pick 4 stories. Yeah. And then they run those 4 stories over and over and over and over again until about 2:00 in the afternoon. Yeah. So I go mad. I end up having to turn it off. But it's like the other day, it's like Melbourne coronavirus, there was a car crash in Sydney, bushfires in Darwin, and something about Scott Morrison. And they would tell you that story and then tell you another one.
It's called a cycle.
But I'm like, surely there's more than 4 things that have happened in the fucking world.
But that would mean that they would have to do more, put more shit together and do more research and all that. They can only allocate a certain amount of resources. It's the worst. And when they've got something to choose from, when they can only pick 4 stories, which ones are they going to pick? The most sensational ones that people are going to respond to. Not impartial.
It was like there was a car crash in Sydney, a woman died. Yeah. And they've said it 1 billion times. I'm like, fucking who cares? Actually, talking about shit that you shouldn't talk about. You know what also grinds me gears?
Go on.
You know what I can't be arsed with? When politicians do it and news reporters do it. They go, and today in Victoria, 130 new cases and tragically saddening, 20 more deaths, tragically. You don't care. Shut the fuck up.
It's supposed to be on. It's supposed to be news. It's supposed to be information.
Yeah. For them, definitely. They're like, and tragically, desperately sad, 20 deaths. You don't give a fuck. You're saying the word tragic. I don't know if you understand what that word means, but you don't fucking care. And it's the same as Dan Andrews. Because I watch his little speeches, and he's just like, and tragically, we send our thoughts and prayers and condolences and love to those 19 people who have lost family members. No, you don't. Like, who believes that? What kind of psychopath would believe the words that people say when they say that? How can you have sympathy for someone you don't know? Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Or maybe I'm a psycho.
No, I know what you mean. It's just like they're just words that you have to say because then if you don't, you'll seem like heartless. Yeah. Even though most people don't give a shit.
No.
Most people aren't heartless, but they also don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm not heartless, but I don't care about... Yeah. I'm not care about some... Yeah, maybe it's wrong, but I don't care about someone dying that I don't know.
I would more look at it this way. If you had a family member pass away because of coronavirus, would the Premier saying that make you be like, thanks, Dan? Or would you be like, don't?
Don't give me cheap words.
Yeah, I would be more like, you saying that means nothing to me. I've still lost my mum or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and it makes it worse. It makes me angrier.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want your cheap fucking bullshit words. But I understand that coming from politicians because they've got to be politically correct. And blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I was channel ABC News. There's this woman who does all the reporting. They always say, and now we're going to cross to this lady in Melbourne, Victoria. She talks about coronavirus. The other day, I was fucking laughing my ass off and getting so angry. She goes, they said, and here's Christy with news in Melbourne. And she goes, thanks, Dan. Well, another horrific day in Melbourne with 17 horrific deaths in Melbourne. It's just a horrific time for Victorians. I'm like, how many times are you going to say the word horrific, you fucking arsehole? You've said it 7 times in a sentence. Horrific?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Definitely not good. People died. Not good. Horrific. She was 97 years old. I mean, come on. Horrific is... They just dropped a nuclear bomb on Melbourne. It's horrific. Yeah. That's the correct time to use the word horrific. Fuck.
I know. Oh. Sensationalism.
Yeah.
To summarise?
Arseholes.
Anyway, there was that other part to it, talking about like Australia being the most rich country in the world.
Oh, that was a second video. Yeah, he did another video saying how Australia's the richest country in the world.
That annoyed me because it's like he's Australian. No, because he's Australian, and he's talking. It was being patronising to Australians about like, oh, you know, you can bloody put up with your snakes and your spiders because you're the richest country. It's like, you're Australian. Shut the fuck up.
No, but he's American. No, it's an American. I think that guy's American, but he is Australian.
Yeah. So his like viewership is international, but he's still Australian. So it's like, you're talking to me as
if he's American though. No, but I think he's American.
Well, whatever.
Anyway, people aren't going to know what the fuck we're talking about. We watched a video about how Australian employees are among the richest in the world. Like we earn a lot.
It also made a point of how our houses are the most expensive in the world.
And our houses are like, I think they're like the second most expensive in the world. I think.
Yeah.
Houses. That's why.
We've talked about this though. Like we've talked about people being sad sacks about their pay and stuff. It's like, you've got a job that is not fucking making clothes for 2 cents an hour or not making iPhones in China. It's like,
well, I think, okay, different than that. I think it's more like, I would compare, instead of comparing us to slaves in China, I would compare us more to Americans.
Yes. I know.
Where it's like our friend Shorty is a primary school teacher.
Yeah.
And he's doing fine as a primary school teacher.
Yeah.
They have a house and they do perfectly fine, I'm led to believe.
Yeah.
Whereas if they were in America,
they'd be struggling to make ends meet.
They both need a second job. Like, what the fuck is wrong with your shit country?
Yeah.
When a full-time wage, especially one being a teacher, which needs a university degree, you can't make ends meet. Like, how?
I know.
And that's why Australia has many problems, but I think I even saw another stat. Our welfare is the highest in the world. like the amount we give to people on the dole or whatever, is the highest in the world.
Yep.
And I'm all for that. I think that I'm proud of that. That's brilliant. I'm all for giving money to people that need it. Because you know what those people do with those little monies? They fucking spend that money on food and alcohol and whatever.
It reinvigorates the economy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and that's with America, whereas they give their fucking billionaires tax breaks. What are they going to do if the tax breaks are given them? Save the fucking money.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas give it to poor people, they'll spend it.
Australia's done.
Australia's dope.
I like it.
Yeah. What are you going to do the rest of the day?
So Deb, I don't know if you saw, you don't have all the Facebook and all that. Deb did a challenge this month where she had to run 100 kilometers and she was taking donations.
Drive her. I hate that. I hate when I hear
taking donations.
When someone goes to me, I went for a run today. Give me a call. I'll drive you. Just give me a call. I'll drive you. Why are we running? We have cars.
Shut up.
Even fucking people with horses used horses.
Fuck up.
I went for a run today. Was the car broken? Fucking idiots.
Up. She did that and took money. Well, not she didn't take money, but took donations for the Fred Hollows Foundation. So she did that. So we're going to have dumplings and cocktails tonight.
Just the two of us.
Yeah. Well, we can't invite anyone else over, can we, mate? So
you were saying earlier that you've been having parties at your house. Does that go with you've put that on record now? So I hope Dictator Dan's going to come arrest you.
Fuck. All right, we're done.
Before we're done, did you see on YouTube, Jimmy Kempin wrote to us on YouTube?
Yeah. Yep.
Was that the Jimmy Kempin, our friend?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Unless it's some other random douchebag called Jimmy Kempin.
That would be fucking bizarre.
That would be a 1 in a million, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because he sent a link, he goes, this is what Marty's talking about Trump. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, Jimmy. I know you're smart and your back hurts sometimes, but I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
There was some summary. I had no idea what he was referring to either.
There was an ad for an independent news source or something. I like Jimmy, listen, I think those pain back medications have fucked your brain up, mate. You used to have a good functioning brain. Now, I think a couple of kids and a sore back has just fucking rendered you useless, mate. I gotta go.
Good. All right, well, bye.
See you, pal.
See ya.